Hello. We are here at Kiechel Fine Art, and I just wanted to take a moment to tell you about Julia Leggent's current exhibition here, Ellipsis, and the show will be up for another about 2 weeks. We are deinstalling on Friday, July 2nd, so I highly recommend that you stop in and take a look while we have the show up and available. So I'm going to go through a few of these pieces and flip the camera around so you can see what I'm talking about and just gain a general understanding if you were unable to attend the opening reception or if you haven't yet heard Julia talk about her show on our YouTube channel, which we did post. So feel free to check that out on YouTube, and I will go over a few of these items here. The first painting I'm going to show you is this Tri-Sprintech painting by Julia. It's an oil on panel, which you can see here, and it measures out at about 2.72 by 3.97 inches. And Julia paints 1-to-1 scale, so this is a basically life-size rendering of what her birth control pill brand case container looks like in person. And this is currently retail at $1,800. What I love about this is that you not only have the three-dimensional aspect because it's painted on panel, but you also have that from the front as well. The reflection that she gets from painting each little plastic casing of the pills and the light movement is just so fantastic. This is actually one of my favorite pieces. What I would do if I set this up in my own house, I would have this piece as well as a week or month of these following, because it just gives you a really interesting idea of what all of these are since you have that first month of pills here. And what I want everybody to understand is, you know, at first glance, you look at these and you're thinking, okay, the daily pill, these are birth control pills, you know, I am not following, I don't understand, why has she painted all of these birth control pills and they're on view in our gallery? So when I asked Julia this question, her and I had the most amazing conversation about how she was heavily influenced by an artist named Peter Dreyer, who actually passed away in 2020, so last year. And what he did was he created over 5,000 paintings over a course of 40 plus years of the water glass that he would place on his nightstand. So she thought to herself, what could I do every day that would be impactful, that basically is a habit, you know, something that a lot of people deal with every day. And she came across her birth control pills because it's the one thing she does every day. It's you know, something that she's thankful for, that she has control over, and it really turned into an important issue that she wanted to paint. And the shadow work that she does on all of these, and again, the 1-to-1 scale, the 3D rendering, it looks like you could just pick each pill off of the wall, that they're just sitting up here. And just how beautiful the color variation is, and of course the green backgrounds then move into these light blush backgrounds, and those are actually when she's on her menstruation cycle. And I just think they're so beautiful. I want to get a set for my house to kind of put on our little gallery wall, because when I see this, I see so much more than just birth control pills up on a wall in an art gallery. You see kind of what that Peter Dreyer artist was doing. He was taking something as simple as a water glass and turning it into a repetitive motion of creation, and just thinking about how simple a glass of water is on your nightstand and how simple taking a pill is every day. it just turns into this habitual piece of artwork. And, you know, we have, what is it, 2.5 years of these pills on display at the gallery, and they're $80 each. But if you buy multiple, we're happy to work with you on pricing as well. So these are just so incredible. I highly recommend you coming in and taking a look. I think they're so important to everything that's happening right now with women's reproductive rights and feminism and all of those types of socio-political movements that are going on. So I highly recommend you take a look. And now I will go around and show you some of the other pieces on view. Another one of my favorite paintings here is titled 8 Inches by Julia. This is another oil on panel, and this one measures 4 by 4. And like the Tri-Sprintec has rounded edges, this actually has sharp edges, which is really interesting. And it is that scale, and this is actually the back of her neck, and it's titled 8 inches because that is the amount that her hair grew during quarantine last year since March of 2020. So this is prior to that growth. And the hair texture and strokes is just stunning. The way that she does that, she was describing to me how her brushes are actually really long in length, so she can really achieve that feathery look of hair and mix in all of those textures and colors. So this piece is $1,600, absolutely stunning. Let me know if you have any interest. And we're gonna go over here. This is the namesake of the show, the 3 belly buttons from her mother, and her grandmother. And it's essentially how an ellipsis is the continuation of a thought. These 3 belly buttons stand for continuation of the possibility of generations to come. So they're really beautiful in person. The way she captured the different skin texture and tone is really, really lovely. So these are the ellipsis paintings. She also has this painting that's 2000. It's titled Home, March 1995 to August 2013. And another thing that she does here that reminds me of Peter Dreyer's work is her reflection on the silver door handle and just how the door frame looks. It's a white, but it also has, you know, a mixture of some grays and greens and blues, and is really beautiful. This would be a really great piece to add to any collection as well. And the further you go, she has a couple of these paintings. This one is titled High Risk, again with the hair texture, and I'm trying to just give you a glimpse of what it even looks like in person, and it just does not do it justice for how much depth these pieces have in person. And this one titled Low Risk. You can see the first half of our gallery. And of course, all of these daily pills wrapping around the back of the gallery. And this is her artist statement. And I'll show you these last few paintings over here. This one is titled 7:45 a.m. and this is actually her husband's ear. So again, with the hair texture and the coloring of the skin tone, every little mole and freckle. You know, Julia's works are small, but definitely mighty. I mean, the themes and imagery that she's capturing through all of these. This piece is actually sold from a collector who had a lot of interest in found object work. And there are still 2 other hanger pieces here. This one before Roe v. Wade, after Roe v. Wade. And she really explained the wallpaper background to me and the color representation as far as a male-female description here. So basically it's like the female body being encased by the male color blue, and kind of how the males are able to have control over that and make decisions over women's reproductive rights. But the found object work, the shadow work, just the painting of the hanger and the nail, really spectacular. And then where this piece has that hole here. And this one is titled Outrage. So again, I highly recommend you coming to the show and stopping by before the de-installation on Friday, July 2nd. We are here throughout the week as well as on Saturdays, and she just has really exceptional contemporary work. It's a really fun summer show that we have been a part of. We're lucky to be able to showcase her work here. So feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Contact us at the gallery if you have interest in purchase.